So hey guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we'll be starting off with data types. Okay. Now, when it comes to learning programming language or any language, the first step always lies in understanding what kinds of data can the programming language handle, right? So we'll pick up the first type of data which Python, which can work out with Python, that is integer and floats. Okay. So let's get started right away. So integers. Now, how do I work with it? Now, if I want to run the cell, we all know we have to run shift plus enter. So when we want to run the cell, just do shift plus enter. Okay. So okay. So what are integers basically? Now we know that integers are basically those values which are numbers, right? So if I talk about, say, numbers typically from running from, it can be positive integers, it can be negative integers, right? Zero is also integer, right? So whole numbers typically start from 0 to infinity, and your integer starts from minus infinity to plus infinity. But those are not rational numbers, those are not fractions, right? They cannot have fractions, they are integers basically, which can be both negative and positive. So Python can handle, integers. The first type of data which Python understands is integers. So let's say x is a variable, and we assign the value 2 to x. Okay, so this is how we read it. So x equal to 2, right? So if I press now x and start running it, it will show me 2. Now, if I want to find out the type of x, if I do type of x, it will give me integers. So int stands for basically integers, right? Okay. So now if I want to do some additions, can I do that? So let's say y is equal to 3. Okay. Now again, if I do x equal to 4, it will replace the previous value of x, which was 2, right? So because Python doesn't believe in creating multiple storages using the same variable, because it will consume more space or memory, right? So it will replace it. So now if I press x and try to run it, it will show me 4, which has replaced the value which was earlier assigned to it, which was 2. So now if I do x plus y, like any calculator, it will give me 7, because it will take the value of 3 and 4 and add it together, right? Okay, that is one aspect of it. Now if I want to divide x by y, can I do that? Yes, I can. But if I want to find out the type, so if I do type of x plus y, what was it? Sorry, first t is not defined because we have not used any variable which is t, and that's why it is saying name t is not defined, right? So it was misspelled, so I'll do x plus y. So 7 is an integer here, clearly. But if I do type of x by y, what will it give me? It will give me a 4, right? Because it's 1.333 decimal points. Wherever decimal points is there, it will give me a float. Type of 0.22, whatever it is, it will give me a float. Okay, so it understands that this is a float. Now, if I have, say, x minus y, 1, and if I do the type of x minus y integers, but if I do x into, by which start 12, and basically if I do type of x into y, it will give me integers again because it's 12. What about if I do x to the power? To the power is given as double stars. So basically, if I want to mean x, what is x to the power of y? This is what it means. And this in Python is replaced as by 2 star, right? Okay. So now 64, this of course has to be an int. If I want to find out the square, we do something like this, which is x squared, which is 4 square is 16. Now let us try to see if we can convert one type of data to the other type. Okay, so can we convert int to a float, or can we convert float to an int? Right, let's try to see that. Now if I do int of, say, my x by y was how much? It was, my x by y was 1.333 if I'm not wrong. Okay, now if I do int of x by y, what will I get? I'll get 1. Right, so int of 1.33333, whatever it is, will give me y. It will simply extract the integer part and give me the result. Whereas if I do int of, say, 1.999999, it will still give me 1. So it doesn't round it off. It will in fact give me the extract the integer part of it and give me the result. Whatever the integer part is there, it will give it to me. However, if I do round off, round is a function. Now, whenever you write functions in Python, if it becomes green in color just like this, open functions, which we do not call from any module, those functions will have a green font in Jupyter Notebook, which means that Python understands that's a function. So round off, if I do 1.33333, okay, it will give me 1. And if I do round off 1.99999, whatever it is, it will give me 2 because it rounds off to the next integer level. So the result is an integer, but it simply does not extract the integer part. That is how it is different from the in function. It will round it off based on the decimal which is above or equal to 0.5. If I do round off 1.5, it will give me 2. If I do round off 1.4, it will give me 1. So basically 0.5 is a threshold. Above 0.4, it takes some text onto the next integer. Okay. All right. So we have understood that we can do differencing, we can do multiplication, we can do division and everything. Right now, can I convert an integer to a float? So I'll simply do float function. Okay, and it becomes green in color. And if I simply do 1.4, give me 1.4 because it's already a float. What about 1.99999? Same result because it's a float. Okay. What about let's say float of, now let's play with integers. Okay, say 3, 4 or 3, whatever it is, 4.0, because my 4.0 is actually a float, right? My 4 is an integer, but my 4.0 is a float. But is 4 equal to 4.0? True, it is true. But is the type of 4 and type of 4.0 is same? No. So whenever you want to compare things in Python, you typically use double equal to. To assign value to something, you have to put x equal to. But if you want to compare, is it greater than, is it less than, is it whatever it is, then you have to use double equal to. If you want to compare greater than, you can simply do like this. It's false because 4 is equal to 4.0. Is 4 less than? No. Now, what is this value which I'm getting here? True, false, right? So if I do type of this, it's a Boolean data type. It is called as Boolean. Right? Interesting, isn't it? We'll try to explore Boolean in the next video. Stay tuned, and we'll get to that. But what we're trying to say here is that although the data type is same, but my type of 4 equal to type of 4.0, it is false because the type of 4 is actually integer and the type of 4.0 is actually a float. Like this, you can do any kind of calculations in Python if you talk about integers and floats. But here we're just talking about one number at a time, or multiple, we're adding, subtracting it. But of course, we understand that the data which we receive, which we'll try to analyze, will not be this simple. But this is how we start learning, guys. Right? The first basic step is to understand first, how does machine interpret numbers or objects, what you call as alphabets or letters or special characters and whatnot. Okay, we'll try to explore Boolean in the next video. Stay tuned. Please like, share, and subscribe, and help me reach out to as many people as possible.